Hi, this is Kerry Christian. I'm here at CE Week New York, and we just had a great session where NYC, where tech means business. And I'm here with Minerva Tantoko. She is the NYC CTO, and with Jessica O. Matthews, who has a new company, Uncharted Play. And Minerva, I'd like to start with you. Is New York City increasingly able to make this a place where tech applies both to the haves and to the have-nots?
That's our goal. Our goal is to have not only a smart city, but an equitable city. And we've taken on a number of initiatives like our digital playbook to make sure that residents who only have access to mobile technology will be able to use government services with their mobile phones, make it more accessible for people with disabilities. We've also done a lot of economic development through our EDC in creating pools of talent, coordinating with city universities, and we're actually investing in biotech labs and new spaces where tech can happen.
One of the really cool things that you're involved with, I happened to see one on Broadway a couple days ago when I was walking down the street, and it just made me stop. It's called Link. Can you tell us a little bit about Link?
Yeah, links are a great new initiative where we are turning all of the old payphones into free Wi-Fi hotspots on city streets. And it's a reuse of the existing infrastructure through a franchise with CityBridge. It's going to provide up to gigabit speed Wi-Fi. It'll be powered by by advertising, so the internet access is free, and it will actually generate money. You can recharge your phone. You can make free phone calls from it as well, and you can call 911 and 311 from there.
And the thing that you talked about during your presentation was something that I had not heard much about. It's an innovation in the parks called Sutha. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, this is a small pilot. It's just 5 of these. It was developed by MIT Media Labs. We're putting these solar-powered benches where you can sit and recharge your phone, but it also counts the number of phones that go by. And that's going to give us information that'll help us design even better urban parks moving forward. But it's a small pilot. We're seeing how well it works, if people really like it and use it, and then we'll go big with it. So that's a really important component of what a CTO does, is they encourage piloting and prototyping to test out ideas before doing it for all 8 million people.
And the other person on the panel was Jessica O. Matthews. She has a company called Uncharted Play, and I was at the booth yesterday, and it's one of the most fun places here at CE Week. It's great. You're all about energy, and New York City is the city that never sleeps. Is this a great place to start a company like yours?
I mean, this is a great place to start a company, period. I can't imagine building a company anywhere else. When you talk about an equitable city, an equitable nature, what's amazing about just this island of Manhattan, it's 8 miles long, right? 8 miles, right? 8 miles long, and you walk down a different block and there's a whole new group of people. It's a whole new mini community. If you want to beta test something, you go over to Little Italy, you go over to Chinatown, you go, and you're getting a global immersion right in your neighborhood, right there. For me, when I was first thinking about where to start this company, there was no question. First, because I wanted to be connected to the global market, and flying out of whether it's JFK, LaGuardia, or whatnot, it's easier to get around the world from New York. But then also being here, every major company has an office here. Every major company is doing something meaningful here. And so that made sense from a point of innovation, just keeping up with trends. Talking specifically about what we do at Uncharted Play, yes, the city that doesn't sleep, the city that's always moving, there's quite a bit of energy that I think we could harness from that. We're really excited also, specifically being in a city that is now, with Minerva's leadership, pushing forward so many exciting new pilot initiatives, because we're seeing new reasons and new ways to think about incorporating our energy harvesting systems to help build a smart city. For example, I'm hearing the bench. I actually know the girl at MIT that worked on that. I met her at an IoT conference, and I remember being like, solar power, yeah, but let me put something on the seat bench as well. Like we can double the power immediately. Or with the Link NYC systems, I'm like, oh man, like it would be so cool to pilot our floor panels around that to see if we could help reduce the energy costs for the Link NYC systems. And that's what makes it exciting, because you're a product of your environment, and the stimuli that's around us in New York City and these new innovations, it gives us a reason to keep thinking and keep developing. And I just personally believe that the pace at which things get done in New York is the pace that fits me best.
And another thing about New York that is traditional and a huge strength around here is creativity. We have so much creative talent in innumerable fields. I was going through your website and looking at the principals in your company, and everyone has a creative background. Film school, art school, all sorts of different things, design. Does the environment here in New York City, which is so creative, is that another key factor in what you're doing?
Oh, definitely. I have so much to say about that. New York, there's always something, if you're looking, there's always something new that's happening. You can literally go to the same street and just go back there, and there's always something happening. And so the question is really just to think about, how do you curate your experience in New York to get the most out of it? For us, what was really critical was with the closing of our recent round, we chose to move our company up to Harlem. And there are a lot of different reasons why we chose to do that. But one related to creativity specifically is that I remember talking to my designers and saying, how can you be expected to create the next great thing if you're just in a comfortable office downtown and you're seeing one type of person every single day? And I said, what I really want is for us to see, specifically in communities like Harlem, where it's so incredibly diverse. Like everyone is there, and you can see every different type of person, and a range of ages. There's so much excitement about then just kind of observing. I believe that observation is kind of what feeds your bank of innovation, and then what actually leads to disruption is when you're put between a rock and a hard place, and it's everything that you've seen and everything you've experienced, that's all you have to pull from. So the best I can do for my team is to give them experiences and give them a chance to really just pull in everything they can from being in this city, and then build from there. I mean, even with our kind of like team building things, we go out into the city and we do things in the different parks. We do the different, we go to the different festivals, and it leads to things that I think we really wouldn't be able to create if we were anywhere else.
And the last question, you've already touched on it, but let me bring it up more directly in that when people think of New York tech, they're thinking about the downtown Silicon Alley scene, and they're thinking about Brooklyn. You've added a third ingredient to the mix, which is Harlem.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Harlem's it. Just, I don't even know what else to say. Like, don't get there too late. Harlem is like, first of all, like, I mean, amazing universities everywhere, but we have Columbia right there. We have Columbia. It's right there. So City College as well. Of course, there's many universities, but also it's still on the island. Right, but we have so much space up there. We have some amazing incubators up there. Things happening with Janus Property Brothers and the biotech incubator they have up there. We have Harlem Garage. We have Team Space. So we have space, but there's also just space for any buildings that offer live work, which is huge for entrepreneurs. It's everything. Honestly, live work is everything. But in addition, you can get to the Bronx very easily. You can get to LaGuardia in 20 minutes. Like, it is, to me, the epicenter. And, downtown to me, I mean, the city has everything you need, but what was really cool is when Wall Street became an area that was for finance, and sometimes it is nice to carve out areas. I think that the next area to carve out, at least on the island of Manhattan, for entrepreneurship and tech, will be Harlem. And I think it makes sense with the global trends. They say that the next Einstein is going to be a woman, and she's going to either be Nigerian or from India. I'm from Nigeria, so obviously you know where I'm leaning. But the point is that you want to be in communities where everyone that could look like that, they feel welcome, they feel comfortable. And that's, no offense to my Brooklyn friends and everything that's going on in Queens too. I was gonna say Coalition for Queens is super dope, but I'm a Harlem girl now. So.
All right. Yeah. All right, thanks. Thanks very much, Minerva Tantoko, the NYC CTO, and Jessica O. Matthews. Thank you very much.
Thank you.